Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're jumping into David Indolo's book, Tech Evolution: Humanity in the Digital Age.
Yeah, Andola's a cybersecurity expert, and he's looking at how tech is, well, really reshaping everything, our lives, work, how we connect.
And he strikes this balance, right, between optimism about what's possible and some serious caution.
Absolutely. He kicks things off with this idea he calls the dichotomy of progress. It's kind of his core argument.
The dichotomy of progress. So, like, every big tech leap forward also creates new problems.
Exactly. Think the printing press democratizing info, but maybe also spreading dissent or errors faster. Or the internet enabling global connection.
But also creating things like the digital divide, yeah. But Dolo seems to say it's different now. Not just access, but the tools themselves.
That's the key point. It's not just if you have internet, but how the algorithms are shaping your experience. Sometimes, pulling us away from real interaction.
Okay, let's unpack that, the connection piece.
Right. So on one hand, platforms are amazing. They bridge distance instantly. You can watch a family event happening miles away on a live feed. Incredible, really.
For sure. But there's a cost. The book calls social media a double-edged sword.
Mm-hmm. It can amplify important voices, like for activism. He mentions hashtag Black Lives Matter gaining global reach, which is powerful.
But there's always a but, isn't there?
Well, yeah. The but is the focus shifts. It becomes about the metrics, the likes, the followers, less about genuine connection, more about chasing popularity.
So we end up valuing ourselves based on what a machine counts.
Kind of. Indolo argues it pushes us towards performance instead of presence. And that can lead to feeling, pretty isolated, alienated even.
Okay, so that alienation, that sounds like it makes people vulnerable. Which brings us to information and, well, truth.
Yeah, this is where Indolo sees a massive risk, misinformation. And it's not accidental. It's almost by design.
How so?
Because the algorithms are built to prioritize engagement, getting you to click, to react, to share right now.
And sensational stuff, or even wrong stuff, gets more clicks than careful, factual reporting.
Exactly. Engagement trumps accuracy. It just does. Divisive content works really well for engagement metrics.
And that naturally leads to these echo chambers, right? Where you mainly see things you already agree with.
Precisely. The algorithm keeps feeding you what you like, reinforcing your bubble.
Which makes talking to people outside that bubble harder, more hostile.
Definitely. It fuels fragmentation, especially in politics. If everyone's in their own reality tunnel, finding common ground gets really difficult.
So this breakdown in communication, the algorithmic influence, it feels like a good lead-in to AI, artificial intelligence.
It is, because AI systems are increasingly making decisions, but they learn from data. And data, well, it reflects history.
Including historical biases, discrimination baked right in.
Unfortunately, yes. If the data used to train an AI reflects past biases in hiring, for instance, the AI might just perpetuate those biases. Or facial recognition, struggling with certain skin tones. It comes from the data.
Which raises a huge ethical question.
The big one. Accountability. If an AI system causes harm, discriminates, makes a wrong decision, who's responsible?
Is it the developer? The company using it? The regulator?
That's what needs defining. Indolo stresses that all stakeholders, developers, companies, regulators have to build clear paths for accountability. Fairness and transparency need to be part of the design from the very start, not an afterthought.
So you can actually trace why an AI made a certain decision.
Ideally, yes. It's about building systems we can trust, systems that align with human values.
So wrapping up Indolo's tech evolution, it sounds like the core message is we need this collective commitment and ethical responsiveness to technology.
Yeah, from tackling algorithmic bias to just managing the exhaustion of being constantly connected. It requires conscious effort.
It really makes you think. And given this power imbalance, us users versus these massive tech platforms, we wanted to leave you, the listener, with a final thought to consider.
What single strategy do you think is the most effective for empowering society against the downsides of all this connectivity?
Is it pushing for strong regulations, maybe like Europe's GDPR, to give users more rights? Or is it all about boosting media literacy, teaching people critical skills, or something else entirely?
What's the most powerful lever we have? Something to chew on.
Definitely. Until our next deep dive.